Does sex still sell today? For years, fashion brands have relied on provocative imagery and sexual themes to attract attention and create memorable campaigns. While these strategies were once seen as bold or edgy, the rise of social media has changed how audience responds to advertising. Today, controversial campaigns can spread globally within minutes, allowing consumers to quickly criticize brands and challenge the messages they promote. With customers speaking out more and quicker to challenging marketing, can the sex market strategy really still work today? The 2007 Dolce & Gabbana advertisement is often cited as an example of how older marketing campaigns used sexual appeal to promote products. In the ad, a man is shown restraining a woman on the ground while several other men stand around watching. The imagery was widely criticized for appearing to glamorize or normalize sexual violence. Because of this backlash, the advertisement was eventually banned in Italy and several other European countries. The controversy surrounding the campaign sparked broader conversations about the ethics of advertising and the responsibility brands have when portraying gender and power dynamics in their marketing. This ad shows how easily provocative advertising can go from attention-grabbing to socially unacceptable and gain attention through controversy rather than the product itself. Despite the criticism, campaigns such as this one reveal how companies intentionally push boundaries in order to generate publicity. In 2007, the luxury fashion brand Tom Ford released a controversial advertisement for its Tom Ford for Men fragrance. The campaign featured nude female models photographed in highly sexualized poses. In the most widely criticized version of the ad, the perfume bottle was placed between a model's legs, while another version showed the bottle positioned between a model's breast. The imagery intentionally focused on specific parts of the model's body rather than the product itself, creating a highly provocative visual meant to attract attention. Critics argued that the advertisement objectified women and relied on shock value rather than meaningful branding or messaging. Despite the backlash, the ad generated enormous media coverage and became one of the most talked about fashion advertisements of all time. Many marketing experts noted that the controversy itself helped increase the brand's visibility and reinforce Tom Ford's reputation for bold and provocative advertising. Calvin Klein is a company famous for provocative ads, particularly in the 1990s. These ads usually included minimal clothing, suggestive poses, and intimate photography. The provocative nature of these ads were meant to grab the attention of the viewers and would create a strong brand identity. These sorts of advertisements would work well on visual platforms, particularly television and large posters in stores. These advertisements also faced ethical criticism because they objectified bodies, particularly those of younger and sometimes underage models, in order to sell products. Critics argued that the campaigns prioritized shock value and sexual appearance over responsible messaging. In addition, the ads promoted unrealistic beauty standards that were widely presented to the public, reinforcing narrow and often unattainable ideals of appearance.
The secret of life lies hidden in a genetic code. Genes are fundamental in determining the characteristics of an individual and passing on these characteristics to succeeding generations. Occasionally, certain conditions produce a structural change in the gene, which will bring about the process of evolution. This may occur in one or more of the following ways. Firstly,
one of the most controversial advertisements was released in the 1980s and featured Brooke Shields. At the time, she was only 15 years old and appeared in the campaign wearing very revealing clothing. The advertisement received significant backlash because many critics believed it sexualized an underage teenager. Due to the controversy and public criticism, several broadcasting networks refused to air the advertisement. The FBI later launched an investigation into the company due to accusations of child pornography. The controversy worked in Calvin Klein's favor as they saw a sale of their jeans skyrocket after the ad. Another advertisement from the 90s is the CK Jeans ad featuring Mark Wahlberg and Kate Moss. In the image, Moss was straddling Wahlberg, promoting the jeans in iconic underwear. The sexual nature of the post caused people to complain that the ad was too graphic and inappropriate for audiences. Calvin Klein also faced recent criticism for an advertisement featuring FKA Twigs. In the campaign, she wore a denim shirt that was styled in a very revealing way. The ad drew significant attention and criticism from audiences who felt that the imagery objectified women in order to promote the brand. These examples show how Calvin Klein has used controversy as part of its brand identity, leveraging provocative imagery and sexualized content to generate attention, spark public debate, and position itself as a bold, edgy, and boundary-pushing fashion brand. This strategy not only draws media coverage and social media buzz, but also reinforces Calvin Klein's image as a brand willing to take risks, even if it means facing criticism or ethical scrutiny. Over time, controversy has become a tool for the brand to maintain cultural relevance and stay at the forefront of fashion conversations. The annual Angel Wings fashion show is an iconic part of the Victoria's Secret brand and accumulates a lot of recognition for the brand itself. This show attracted nearly 10 million viewers each year and defined beauty standards for much of the 2000s and 2010s. This brand thrives on their sex appeal marketing strategy. This fashion show is known for including world-famous models wearing lingerie and having almost impossible figures. The women in these shows are publicly known to be unattainable levels of beauty and perfection. However, in 2020, Victoria's Secret decided to go with a more progressive and trendy take with their Angel Wing fashion show and included a much more diverse and inclusive selection of models. They wanted to create the idea that anyone could be a model, which for some viewers was very inspirational, and seeing beautiful women who looked like themselves could give them confidence in a world with sometimes impossible beauty standards. Victoria's Secret stated they wanted to celebrate women's bodies rather than objectify them. This change in direction in the show created quite the controversy. Many fans slammed the new event after a 6-year break of the show, claiming it's boring. This show included Valentina Sampaio, the first transgender model to walk, as well as the plus-size models. In 2020, Victoria's Secret generated $7.5 billion in sales, according to Daily Mail, and has continued to see a drop each year in their revenue, with a projection of $6.2 billion in 2023.
Many people considered the Victoria's Secret tour to be a complete flop, including this cut writer who said the Victoria's Secret fashion show could have been an email.
Could this be a continued effect to the change in their marketing strategy that the company has pushed for so many years? This marketing strategy seemed to make the most sense with the push for body positivity movements in 2020. Consumers could be seen as wanting more brands to reflect diverse beauty standards. However, with the reflection of the decrease in Victoria's Secret's revenue, this suggests that the consumers of this brand did not desire this rebrand. Do you think this shows that a company that has thrived so long with their marketing should stay true to that, or change its ways due to the cultural climate shift of a more inclusive world? Victoria's Secret CEO Hilary Super stated that the return of Victoria's Secret fashion show in 2025 is back to being sexy again and comfortable with it. Super also said, "Sexy is not one single thing. It means different things to different women. We serve a global audience, and beauty standards are different around the world. Cultural standards are different around the world, and we need to reflect that to our customers. The difference is that we are here to inspire you, invite you into our world, to make you feel like the best version of yourself. We're not here to tell you if you don't look like this, you're not sexy." I think that is a big change. According to Women's Wear Daily, in 2025, sales in the second quarter inched up 3% to $1.5 billion, with a 4% comparable sales gain. Is this showing a modernized version of a sex market strategy still working and selling today? To conclude, the future of sex in advertisements will likely depend on how carefully and responsibly it is used. While provocative imagery has historically helped brands gain attention and sometimes increase sales, modern audiences are more critical about the messages companies send. Social media allows for people to quickly call out advertisements they find offensive or objectifying. Because of this, some brands will need to move on from relying solely on sexual appeal in their campaigns. In the future, successful media campaigns will likely focus more on authenticity and diversity while still understanding what captures attention. It's also important in many cases that brands stay true to their audiences and not completely conform to the modern media. By being more thoughtful about how they are representing people, particularly women, and considering how audiences interpret their campaigns, companies can create advertising that helps their brands stay relevant and successful.